Other interesting political news, you have Nikki Haley's Christmas message and the top comments on X. Now, this comes to us a couple days earlier. This specifically comes from Nikki Haley's personal account on the Twitter, or as more people are calling it, on X. And she says, quote, "Wishing you all a Merry Christmas as we gather with loved ones. Let's reflect on the timeless message of hope and goodwill that the birth of Jesus brings into our hearts. May this festive season fill your homes with joy and warmth." Controversially enough, or unquote, she also did hashtag Christmas blessings, and she used a Christmas tree emoji. And she also accompanied it with a picture, and I believe, again, I don't follow Nikki Haley enough to know the breakdown of her family, but it looks to be either, is that her husband or her daughter's husband? No, wait. I think it's the daughter and the daughter's husband in the middle. Then at the end are maybe Nikki Haley's son, and then Nikki Haley's husband. It's a family picture. Let's put it that much, which also shows how viral she is or isn't. And then the little bottom of the picture says Haley's 2023. Let's see here. And then I wrote these statistics down a couple days ago. Within 14 hours, that got 295,000 views, but only 4.5 thousand likes, which really, let me look at the other notes here. That's actually less popular than Ron DeSantis. And keep in mind, Ron DeSantis' Christmas post, that got about half the views, but DeSantis got almost twice the likes. Fascinatingly enough. So let's go to the comments. I mean, again, it looks like, I don't know what kind of trees those are. Everglades? I forget, not a weeping willow. But how do they not stand behind a Christmas tree? I don't know where she lives, but I mean, that's a big part of Christmas. There's no Christmas tree, there's no stockings, no elves or trolls. Well, I'm sure there'll be some trolls in the comments, pun moderately intended. But, I mean, it's a cliche family picture. I don't know. Is it just me, or should there always be a Christmas tree in those pictures? Let's go to the comments and see what people have to say. Let's see, first comment comes in at German Friend. This person says, quote, "How did you or your staffer write this post without mentioning Israel once? That must have been hard," unquote. That got 135 likes. Looks like an AI-generated picture of Biden, but he's African American. He has a mustache, and this is from a profile by the name of Subjective Views. And the text before this picture is, "This young man is in for a predicament." And the text on the screen says, "If you don't vote for me, you ain't black," unquote. And that got 116 likes and is a reference to the young man in the family picture is African American. And that is actually a quote from Biden last presidential cycle. Joe chimed in saying, quote, "Oh gee, a politician using Christmas to score some cheap political points. How original. Because nothing says, quote, the true meaning of Christmas, unquote, like a carefully crafted tweet designed to appeal to a specific demographic," unquote. Dang, that got 254 likes. And it's one of those things where it is a little cliche. Every politician does it. It's one of those things where I almost don't critique them for doing it. Well, I certainly do in terms of the marketing of where's the Christmas tree and other things, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing for politicians to share their faith, and it kind of just shows folks, little insight in their family. I mean, we know that's going to be the perfect airbrushed picture. They'll make them all look great. But, I don't know, just as is, it's one of the few times where I'm actually, I don't think it is too bad of a thing to do. Let me know in the comments if you think it's just too cliche or just it never works at all. I'd be fascinated to hear what your thoughts are in that regard. Now, that specific statement, again, I got 254 likes. Hernando Don says, quote, "A wedding photo used as a Christmas photo? Something very off about this. Oh, I get it. It's pandering," unquote. Getting 289 likes. And if that isn't the case, that is pretty pathetic. They reused a wedding picture for a Christmas picture, and they just added the Christmas text. I mean, everyone's got a cell phone. It's not too hard to take a Christmas picture these days. But nevertheless, going back to the comments, Tommy Savage replied saying, quote, "Merry Christmas, Nikki, and all Americans want this year is for you to stop shilling for Israel and start putting America first," unquote. They got 268 likes. Gorsh replied, "This is disgusting," unquote, getting 251 likes. Jimmy replied, saying, quote, "Looks like Nikki Haley watched The Blind Side before posting this," unquote, getting 41 likes. Tim Sharp replied, saying, quote, "Merry Christmas, Anchor Baby," unquote, getting 39 likes. Let's see here. It is funny. Tim Sharp had emojis of oranges in his profile name. So I don't know if he's just from Florida, maybe he's a DeSantis fan, or if he's a fan of Trump. The orange, it appeals to many people, and perhaps is a metaphor for bringing everyone together during these times of controversy. We can all relate to the orange. And I forget what book I read as a child, but it was a treat back in the day to actually get an orange for Christmas. Now there's so much high fructose corn syrup at the checkout aisle, everyone gets sweets every day, it sort of seems. But it's interesting to see that actually used to be a treat back in the day, which also shows how gluttonous and how spoiled many Americans are these days. Well, many people are also in general. Let's see here. Org Conservative Americans said, quote, "How cheap," unquote, getting 25 likes. Just Jenna says, quote, "Wearing off-white to someone else's wedding when it takes a beat to figure out who the bride's in, it's in bad taste," unquote. Getting 65 likes. I was going to say, at least the men in the picture suited up. As all men should always, obviously. Let's see here. Sonny Jim said, quote, "Hope you and the family are safe and warm in the mansions bought for you by Boeing today," unquote, getting 62 likes. We'll do one more. Someone by the name of not John Bolton, although they do have his profile picture as their profile picture. And this alleged not John Bolton said, quote, "That black dude's your side piece, right?" unquote, getting 70 likes. So definitely not as successful as DeSantis' Christmas tweet in terms of the ratio. This is, oh geez Louise, and some entertaining pictures. But I'd say this is probably 50-50, maybe even 60, maybe actually, it might be 60% negative against Nikki Haley versus the 40% positive. When you go into the comments section, and there's a lot of comments getting between 0 and 5 likes that say something like, "Warmonger will never be president, still not voting for you." And again, there's a couple of them are still saying things like "Merry Christmas," "Best of luck," "Still support you." But as I scroll through more and more, I mean, I'm about to change that 60 to 70% negative. Nevertheless, it is more than 50%. So as a youth might say, they were certainly ratioed on Christmas. So it'll be interesting to see. Again, she's been behind DeSantis, but getting close in terms of poll aggregators. Well, it'll be interesting to see, as you get more polls out, does this put her above DeSantis? Should she accelerate her bid for the Republican nominee? Or, again, it sounds like, and again, I'm taking the time to actually look up her wedding pictures or the wedding photo. It seems like a lot of people are saying it's less authentic, or maybe it actually might hurt her in the campaign because a lot of people are calling her out for allegedly reusing a wedding photo for a Christmas photo. So let me know, does this change your perception of Nikki Haley? Does it make you like her anymore? Or do you think this actually might, in the end of the day, do more harm than good? It'll be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Again, thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of December. So if you click that button, I really appreciate it. Also, leaving a comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback and how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.